there, welcome to your yoga class. So, today we have got yoga for anxiety. Okay, now you don't have to suffer from anxiety to do this class. If you do this class, it will benefit you greatly anyway. The reason I've called it yoga for anxiety is that we are concentrating on relaxation, obviously, but we want to try and stabilize the breath and get some movement in there to try and balance the body up a little bit, because anxiety very much depends sometimes on certain levels of hormones and things like that. So the more movements we do that affect these levels in some way could possibly help levels of anxiety. So we're trying to balance up things like cortisol, adrenaline, all these different things that you can maybe have quite a lot of if you're suffering from a wee bit of stress and anxiety. Boost your metabolism as well, and make you maybe feel a little bit more energetic than you maybe usually would. Now, yoga does this anyway, but this sequence, as I say, is specially designed specifically for that. So, I hope you enjoy it, and I think we should just get started. So, we're going to start on our backs this time, okay? And we're going to put the soles of our feet together and lie back in Supta Baddha Konasana, okay, or reverse butterfly. That's it. Now, soles of the feet are together, legs are out, sorry, knees are out, and you can put a block underneath your knees if you want to. If that's too stretchy for you, or use a cushion or something like that. Put one hand on your chest and one hand on your tummy and shut your eyes, okay? You don't have to, but shut your eyes if you like. So let's just start breathing. Let's really, really focus on it. The breathing can help so much. Because if we get this bit, if we practice breathing and breathe in the correct way, it can have so many benefits for you. It can lower your heart rate and lower your blood pressure and all these sorts of things. And you don't need to do anything special with the breath at all. We're going to start off with 3 big deep breaths and exhaling through the mouth. So I'll show you what we're going to do, or you can listen. We're going to breathe in through the mouth, nose, and then out through the mouth, but go on the way out, okay? So breathe in through your nose, and then big sigh, okay, out your mouth. Another one, breathe in, and out. Lovely, and one more. That's it. And just continue breathing through your nose now, in and out through your nose. So what that can do is waken up the system a little bit. You can also rid yourself, if you think about when you're breathing out, you're getting rid of some of any tensions maybe from the day that you're hanging on to as well. So it works differently for different people. But we're now breathing through our nose. And let's think about filling this whole abdominal cavity up. So breathing in from your pelvis, right up to your tummy, right up to your rib cage, out to the sides of your rib cage. Breathe into the back of your rib cage at the mat, right up to your collarbone. That's just one inhale, okay? Same in the way out. So we're going to try and take a count of 4 to do this, okay? And, when we start, you're just coming up from the pelvis, stomach, ribs, right into the back of the mat, up to the collarbone, okay? So inhaling, 2, 3, and 4, and exhale, 2, 3, and 4. Inhaling, 2, 3, and 4, and exhaling, 2, 3, and 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, and exhale, 2, 3, and 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, and exhale, 2, 3, and 4. Inhale,
2, 3, 4, and exhale, 2, 3, and 4. And carry on doing that in your head for a few more breaths. Remember that nice full breath that you're taking. Feel how your tummy is rising and lowering with the breath. Settling on the next exhale, open up your eyes and bring your knees up. Okay, so take your hands to the floor and just bring your legs out to the sides of the mat and knock your knees together. Okay, and just stay here for a minute. Nice little counter pose to what we were doing, because it can be quite stretchy, the first pose, but as I say, you should pop the cushions underneath if it's too stretchy for you. So let's just stay here for a minute. Let our legs recover a wee bit, and then you're going to put your legs long and your hands up behind you, and you're going to do a big morning stretch. So point those toes, point those fingers, point them away from each other. That's it. Let's inhale and bring your knees into your chest. Give yourself a nice cuddle. That's it. Inhale. And then exhale. Big morning stretch. And keep that breathing going that we were doing. And again, inhale. Give those knees a cuddle. And exhale. That's it. And this one's really good for the digestion as well. Inhale. That's it. When our babies get colic, you bring your knees up to their stomach. That's it. Really good for your digestion. Let's do one more. Inhale. Going up. Give yourself a cuddle. And exhale. Coming back. Big stretch. Okay, so putting your soles of your feet on the floor. You can hold on to the back of your knees if you want and rock up. It might take a couple of goes, but don't worry about that at all. So we're going to come on to our hands and our knees, okay? And we're going to come into this pose like this. And we're going to do a couple of cat-cows to warm up the spine, okay? So, shoulders are over the wrists and your hips are over your knees and your toes are tucked. They can be down if you want, tops of the feet on the floor, okay? Core is nice and tight, okay? So we're going to inhale, look up. That's it. And your tummy comes towards the floor, okay? Feel that wee back bend. Exhale, chin into your chest, okay? Inhale, look up, tummy to the floor. Exhale, chin into your chest, back up towards the ceiling. Now, if you've done these quite a lot before, I want you just to do a few in your own time. You don't need to come along with me in my time. If not, stick with me. That's fine. That's it. And looking up again. Keep going in your own time. Exhaling on the way down and inhaling on the way up. Okay? So from here, we're going to put our big toes together. Put your legs out to the side of the mat and sit back on your heels. Now, pop a wee block or a blanket under there if that's a bit too stretchy, and put your forehead on the floor. Okay? Keep your forehead on the floor and just relax. Okay? So, coming from here, you're just going to inhale and come up onto your fingertips. Now, we're not dumping the weight down here, okay? We're just lightly coming up, and we're going to inhale up and then crawl your hands forward if you can, and then exhale, come back down. Feel how that encourages you to stretch a bit more. So inhale, let's do the same again. Can you go further? If not, stay where you are. Exhale, back down. Okay? And keep coming up and inhaling. You don't need to come forward if you're at your limit. And exhaling. That's it. A couple more here. Inhaling. Try and keep that count of 4 even if you can. And exhaling. That's it. One more. Inhaling and exhaling. Lovely. Now we're going to come to the side. I'll come round and show you from here. Okay, so we're here. And so you're going to walk the hands round, okay, to the side. All right, and put your head down. So remember, if your hands are coming over to the right, watch the left bottom, because the tendency is this buttock can
might come up a wee bit. So, bum down, equal, okay? Because you won't get the benefit of the stretch as much otherwise. So we're down here. So up on your fingertips, same thing. Inhale, you're walking round and forward this time, and exhale. Inhale, fingertips, walk round if you need to. Exhale, and get that lovely stretch up the side. Inhale, fingertips. If you're at your limit, stay where you are. That's it. And inhale, up in your fingertips, and back down. Lovely. So, coming round to the other side now. Remember, bum doesn't move, okay? Watch when you come round to the side, because naturally, this bottom wants to come off. Yeah. So, head on the mat, and inhale, fingertips, exhale, come back down. Inhale, fingertips, can we walk round and forwards? Back down, remember that bottom. Inhale, keep going, you don't need to keep going round if you're at your limit. Inhale, and exhale, we'll do one more on this side. And inhaling, and exhaling, lovely. And come back round to the front again, back to where we were. Okay. In here for a little second. So we're going to come up and do Sphinx pose now. So we're going to go onto our front. Okay, so from your child's pose, just go on to your belly. That's it, coming down onto your belly. Okay, so put your head on your hands, tops of the feet on the floor. Okay, then we've got a couple of options here. Okay, Sphinx pose is this. Tops of your feet are on the floor, feet are about hip width apart. Okay, so Sphinx pose, your hands are splayed like this, and put them down here. That's it. So we're here, and your ideally arms should be at right angles, and this is how we stay. Okay, feel that in your lower back. Shouldn't be sore though. Okay, so this is Sphinx pose. So let's just stay here. Have your shoulders nice and relaxed, and let's check in with that breathing that we did before. So you're inhaling 2, 3, and 4. Inhaling for a count of 4 and exhaling all through the nose. Okay, that's it. Just feeling that in your back. We're just staying here for a few breaths. And if you want to, a variation of this is by putting the hands forward and out a wee bit. You can come a little bit further up into seal pose. Same thing. It's up to you, the variation though. You just get a little bit more of a back bend from this one, and you're using your arms a little bit more. That's it. Keep that breathing going. Okay, or you might be down here. Well done. So we're going to come up to our hands and knees again. Okay, so coming up on your hands and knees, we're going to thread the needle. Okay, so what we're going to do, I'll come round here to show you. You're on your hands and knees, just like we were before, but you're going to just come round and put hand through like that. Now, sometimes what we do is we come right down. We're not going to do that today. You're just going to simply stretch like that. Keep this arm that's on the floor straight. That's it. Doesn't matter with the hand. So the top of the hand's on the floor here. That's it. And then coming back up, and then that way. That's it. Come back up. We'll do another one on the other side. So remember, this arm's staying relatively, doesn't need to be braced out, but it's staying relatively straight. That's it. Coming down like that. Doesn't matter how far you come down. Come back up, and then come down like that. Lovely. Okay, so from your hands and knees again, we're going to come and do puppy dog pose. So these hips and knees stay where they are. Okay, I'll come back a bit so you can see me better. So what we're going to do is walk the hands forward, okay, but we're not coming forward like that. We're staying here and just walking the hands, okay, coming in so you can see what it's called puppy dog pose. Now you can put your forehead on the floor, okay, or you can put your chin on the floor,
Depends how much of a back bend that you want. Okay, or you can rest your head in a block. So from here you should feel stretching out in your shoulders and a nice little back bend as well. Those hips ideally above the knees. That's it. Checking in with your breathing again. That's it. Taking your time and then slowly walking your hands back up. So from here we're going to come into a downward dog. Okay, tabletop position. Tuck those toes up and then we're going to come straight up first of all like this. Okay, then come back the way. All right, now walk the dog, bend each knee, walk that dog, get your legs warmed up. Okay, that's it, walk the dog. Now if you need to, you can bend your knees so that you can get a good position of your back there so that we're not hunching the back up. And again, the heels don't need to come right to the floor. Okay, if they come into the floor, then great. Your hands are hip, shoulder width apart and splayed, pushing that mat away. Feet are hip width apart, parallel, and nice and firm into the ground. Feel the stretch up your calves and your hamstrings, right up your sit bones. That's it, looking towards the back of the mat. So looking forward, we're going to walk our hands up to the front of the mat. Okay, now we're going to stand at the front of the mat. I'll come here so you can see me a little bit better. Feet hip width apart. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to forward fold. So your feet are hip width apart. Put your hands on the mat and bend your knees. That's it. So it's a forward fold, not a full forward fold, but it's a forward fold of sorts. Now you're going to clasp the inside of your elbows like this. Okay, and you're just going to actually lean your chest on your thighs like this. Okay, stay here for a wee minute. Now you can sway side to side if you want. Sometimes that can feel quite nice. But your weight is in your toes as well. That's it. And you're just letting all the tension come out your back there, being supported by your legs. So gently straighten your legs up. Okay, just like that. And then you're gently going to roll up, super gently. Do not come up too quickly from this one, please. That's it. And right up, okay? So we're back up again. So we're going to stand with our feet together in mountain pose. Nice and tall and strong. Nice, relaxed shoulders. You're looking ahead. Okay, thighs are rolling in towards one another. You're standing your feet, feeling lovely and strong. That's it. Give your neck a wee wiggle just to remind yourself, just to relax those shoulders because they're the hot spots, aren't they, for a little bit of tension. From here, we are going to do Malasana pose, which is a yogi squat. Again, variations to all. We're going to put our feet slightly wider and hip width apart. Okay, now I'll show you the full pose. Again, variations as always. So the full pose is your feet are pointing out the way. Okay, we're not pointing like this. They're slightly out. Okay, so as when we bend our knees are tracking over our toes. Okay, so what we're going to do, the weight is in the heels. Okay, so you come down like this. Your elbows are coming inside like that. So your elbows are pushing against your knees. Your palms are together. Your heels are on the floor. Okay, weight is on your heels. All right. Now, if that is too much for you, what you can do, if you're only getting a little bit down, so say you're only here, that's absolutely fine, okay? So watch those knees don't go over your toes, okay? It's absolutely fine if you're here, or if that just come down as much. If that's here, that's absolutely fine. Because if you've never done this before, then you might get down straight away. You might not get down at all. So as long as you're on your way to coming down. Now, if you get down and you think, oh, I can't put my heels down, that's quite common. You might get down and think, I can do it, but my heels aren't on the floor. Roll up a blanket and shove it underneath your heels, okay? So at least you're stable if you're down there, okay? So coming down, that's it. And stay here just for a wee second, okay? So this is quite grounding and centering, okay? And it's obviously very good for your inner thighs. It's good for the whole body, actually. Can be quite, it depends how much you do, but it can be quite comfortable as well. So put that blanket underneath your heels if you need to,
okay? Your bottom might not be far down, but give it a try anyway, okay? Staying here. Coming up, you can put your hands on the floor if you want and push up, okay? And we're just going to open the legs a little bit more and squat down a little bit more, okay? So come down, just like we did before. We're not coming right down this time though, and put your hands on your knees like this, okay? So from here, your toes are pointing out still, your knees are coming out over your toes as well, and your weight is in the heels. Watch the knees don't go over your toes, okay? And what we're going to do is this, dip your shoulder, okay? So you're getting the benefit of that squat, and you're dipping the shoulder, and feel how that's taking the tension out of your shoulder blade. Really stretch forward. Okay, staying here for a few seconds. That's it, coming back up and dip. Other side, feel how that just eases the tension. We hold a lot of tension in our back. I know that's very obvious indeed, but we do. That's it, coming back up. We'll do one on both sides again. Come and dip that shoulder. Come back up and dip. Other shoulder. Okay, so coming back up, let's come straight up, okay? And let's turn to the front of the mat and we'll come down to the floor. So come into the front of your mat, standing in a nice mountain pose. Raise your hands up, look at your thumbs. Forward fold from your hips to the floor. Now put your hands on the floor and bend your knees if you need to, okay? Weight is in your toes, okay? Chest to thighs. Feel that stretch right up the back of your thighs. Inhale, look ahead. Plant your hands on the mat and jump or step back to a plank pose. Now from here, you can put those knees down and lower down if you want, or just lower straight down to the floor. Come up to cobra and your hands are in by your chest. Coming up, that's it. Make sure you get a wee slight bend, softening of the elbows. Looking up, tuck those toes and come up to downward dog. That's it. Push that mat away with your hands. Sit bones up and back. And what we're going to do is bend the left knee like this. Bring the left knee into the left hand. Then bend the right knee. Cross those wee feet over at the back. And sit back in your bottom. And before you know it, you're on the floor. So, we are going to do Dandasana pose, which is a bit like mountain pose for the floor. So sitting with your feet, legs pointing to the ceiling, calves are touching the floor. Everyone's different here. You're wanting nice straight legs basically, but you don't want to have your heels off the floor because your legs are so tensed. Thighs are rolling in towards each other. No slouching. Sit up nice and straight. Engage that core, that's it. Chest is up. Hands are by the sides, just like this. Now we're not doing this, we're not bracing. They're just resting there and you're looking straight ahead at the toes. So you are working in this pose, okay? Check in with that breath. Have we forgotten about our breath? I think we might have. It's so easy to forget about your breath when you're busy doing other stuff, trying poses you've never tried before. So check in with your breath. Let's see how we're doing. That's it. Staying here for a few seconds. Nice straight backs, remember. And then we're going to come round to the Gomukhasana. Okay, so the way that we do this is you take your left foot and try and put it kind of straight, your knees at the front of your mat, or straight forward. Now you take the other foot. Now wiggle your foot back here, okay? Wiggle it back. Now if you can get the knees stacking, then great. If you can't, don't worry, okay? It's not a problem. You don't have to have them stacking. Try though, give it a wee wiggle. Can you get it there? Okay, because it is a big hip opener, this one. Okay, if that's too much for you, you can come round in this sort of pose if you want to. Okay, not a problem. So just come forward here and you're going to put your hands in a prayer position. Okay, So we're sitting like this. All right. Now, if you'll feel a big opening on the hip that's on top, you'll feel a big opening there. Hands in prayer position, okay? Now, if you want to, you can take your hands out to the side, if your right leg is on top, cross your hand under your left, cross your hands over, bend your arms. Now, the backs of your hands will meet then, and then try to put your palms together into eagle arms, okay? So you can sit like this if you want to, and involve your arms in it as well. That's it. And bring them back down, and let's do the other side. But first, let's untangle ourselves, put our feet on the floor, and then we're going to windscreen wiper the legs back and forward, okay, because we are opening the hip there, and this is good just to reset it, okay? So other leg on top this time. So remember, wiggle your feet back. That's probably the easiest way. You might find your own way of getting into it. And remember, you can be in this sort of position as long as you're sitting up straight. You can be sitting like that, okay? So coming up like this. There we go, okay? Say your knees don't need to be stacking. So you can sit like this, and then you feel the big hip opening up on the side that is on top. Okay, so remember, you can take your hands out to the side, put the left under right. If your left leg's on top, left goes under right. Then bend your arms. Now you can stay here as well, backs of the hands with each other. But if not, twist up into eagle arms, and you can feel that'll stretch your shoulders as well. Keep your elbows up. That's it. Okay, so untangling yourself. Let's do those windscreen wipers again. Like that, that's it. It's a nice rebound pose because it can be quite strong on the hips. Okay, so now we're going to do a little bit of breathing, okay? A couple of different ways of doing it. I'll come a bit closer. If you all want to sit just with your legs crossed, or you can sit on your knees, just sit nice and comfortably. Okay, I'm going to come a little bit closer so you can see my mouth. Okay, so first of all, we're going to do sitali breathing, okay? Now, if you can, I think this is like a genetic thing. Sometimes people can't do this. I want you to do this with your tongue. Yeah, can you curl your tongue up? Don't worry if you can't. Okay. And what you're going to do when you curl your tongue up, sit in your easy pose, and you're just going to take a nice big inhale through that tongue, okay? So, and then out through your nose. Okay? So try it again, keep trying. Out through your nose, okay? Super cooling, okay? Really cools the system down because of the way that we're taking the air into our bodies. Let's do a few more. Curl the tongue. Through the nose on the way out, okay? Couple more. And one more. Lovely. Now, if you can't curl that tongue, or if you can curl the tongue, this is just another variation, okay? You're going to breathe in through your teeth. So you're going to smile like this. You're going to smile like this, and I'll show you the same sort of format, but we're going to go through the nose. Okay, so you can use this as an alternative if you can't curl your tongue. If not, just do it as a second type of breathing anyway. So again, out through the nose. Again, out through the nose. And one more. Well done. Now just close your eyes and sit in easy seat just for a second. So, that was sitali, the one with the tongue curled was sitali breathing, and that one's sitkari breathing, okay? just 2 different breathing techniques that can be really calming as well. And obviously it's quite refreshing because of the way that you're taking the air in as well. So that's some homework. You can try that whilst, when the class is finished. That's no problem at all. So from here, we're going to do a half frog pose. So coming out of your easy pose, you're going to come down onto your front, okay? I'll show you this way. Come down onto your front, okay? And what you're going to do is take your left knee first. Try and take it out to a right angle from your body if you can. So, knees coming out at a right angle, then your calf is going down at a right angle, and then your foot's going out at a right angle, a bit like a frog, okay? So you will feel that hip coming off the floor. That's natural. Now you might only get here, but just go as far as you can, okay? You don't have to have all the right angles, but if you do, just come up on your elbows and feel that hip opening up. That's it. This is opening up our hips. Okay, if your other hip is sore digging into the mat or anything like that, just double your mat up or put a wee cushion or a blanket underneath there. That's it. As I say, you might be up a wee bit, you might not be able to get your knee right down. That's absolutely fine. Okay, and we'll do the other side. So bring that one back in. Remember, bring your knee up first of all, then your calf, then your foot, just like a wee frog. That's it. And feel the other side and check in with your breathing while this is going on. And then bringing it back in, put both your feet together, make a pillow with your hands and put your head down and just relax there, just for a wee minute or two. Breathing in and out through your nose. That's it. Taking your time. So from here, come back up onto your hands and knees. Okay, and we're going to do a child's pose now. Okay, so we did that before at the beginning where our toes were together and our knees were at the side of the mat. So this time we're going to have our feet together, knees together, and then you're going to come down, put the tops of your hands on the mat next to your feet and put your forehead on the floor. Okay, so stay here. Feel your breathing. Feel you're getting a lovely stretch right up your spine as well. That's it. And just stay there for a few breaths. It's a lovely calming pose, this one. Really, really nice to do. And then after that, we will come onto our back and do a little bit of work on our back as well. So as I say, it's a really varied class. A lot of the classes we do maybe focus on hips or back or legs, but this time we're focusing on something a little bit different. So we're mixing the poses up a little bit. What we're doing is focusing on improving your digestion, improving your metabolism, all these sorts of things, de-stressing you if you can. So even if you don't suffer from chronic anxiety or anything like that, if you're feeling a little bit stressed with any events that are happening around you, this is going to help you. No doubt this is going to help you. We did some breathing at the beginning and we've done our breathing just there, our Satali straws and Shikari straws again. So just relaxing in your child pose just now. You are just going to gently come up from your child's pose. Okay, so we're going to come back down onto our backs just like we started. Okay, come down onto your back. Okay, bend your knees, hands by your sides, and just lie here for a minute. Okay, that's all you're doing. Just lying down, feel the weight of your body in the mat. Feel that breathing again. A lot of the time, sometimes, depending on what class you're doing, it can be busy with different poses. So sometimes by doing a lot of these poses, you stop, check in with your breathing, it can have just as much benefit for you. So lying down here, take your time and then stretch your legs out, okay? Now remember that pose that we did at the beginning? We're going to put our soles of our feet together, let your knees out. Remember, put those cushions under.
That's it. One hand in your chest, one hand in your stomach, and just feel. Does that feel a bit looser for you? It might do, because remember we've been doing frog pose, all these different hip opening things. It might feel a little bit different for you. And feel that stretch on your inner thighs. Staying here for just a little minute. Bringing your knees back up together. Knock your knees out, put your legs out to the sides of the mat. This is just a really nice, comfortable pose. Now what we're going to do, if you've got a wall next to you, use it. Okay, you don't need a wall though, don't worry. If you've got a wall, I'll use this one at the back. We're going to do Viparita Karani, which is basically legs up the wall pose. Again, a really nice calming pose. Okay, now you can use something under your lower back. You can roll up a blanket and put it there. You might need to shift about a bit to get comfortable for you, but basically what you do is you scooch that bum right into the wall as much as you can. That's it, and your legs go up the wall. That's it. Keep scooching until you get comfortable. Legs up the wall. That's it. Your hand now, if you're doing this without a wall, I'll turn and show you, but just put your legs up. That's it. And you can have a slight bend. So either up against the wall, you can have something underneath your bottom as well. Try and flex your feet. So if you've not got a wall at your disposal right now, just lie down, okay, hands on the mat, and lift your legs up. Okay, that's all you have to do. They don't need to be flexed out. They don't need to straighten them if you like, but they don't have to be. Okay, and we're just sitting with our legs up for a wee minute. It shouldn't be too hard, okay, or too taxing for you. Okay, if you want as well, if you have a block, you can always put that underneath your sacrum and do that. Okay, just helps you out a wee bit. This is really detoxifying as well, letting all the lymph drain away. And if you've got the block as well, it's a slight inversion as well, which is really good, can be really calming. Now, if you're doing this against the wall, obviously it'd be a bit harder to hold this indefinitely, but see if you're doing this against the wall, stay there for as long as you like. It's really relaxing, calming, and really good for you as well. So staying like this for a few minutes, and it's best not to do it too quickly. The longer you do it, obviously the better, but just keeping your legs up. That's it. And then coming back down. Okay. And feel how that feels. Put your legs out. That's it. And stretch out. So from here we're going to do a reverse pigeon pose. So you have to bend your knees, then cross the right leg over the left. Now, don't have a floppy ankle, okay? Cross it right over so the ankle joint is protected, and flex that foot as well. And try and keep this knee back, okay? Now, if that's enough for you, you can stay there, absolutely. Okay, if not, you can always lift up that leg. You can stay there as well. Or you can hold on like that and lie down if you want to. If that's still not enough for you, you can always hold on to the shin too. Just increases it a little bit. Okay, so choose whichever one suits you. And it could be that one that normally suits you doesn't suit you on this particular day. That's absolutely fine. And you'll feel that hip getting stretched out. The leg that's crossed over will be getting a nice stretch out. Staying here for a few seconds. That's it. Coming down, cross the other leg over. Remember that ankle. Okay, push the knee back as far as it will comfortably go. That's it. And lift up. Remember, you can stop wherever you like. And for that, that's not a problem. Flexing those feet. That's it. And then coming back down, okay? So just let's windscreen wiper the legs, just like we did sitting up before. Loosen up those hips. That's it. Side to side. And then bring your knees in again. That's it. Staying here
for a wee second, giving yourself a wee cuddle. And we're going to prepare for Shavasana. So, grab a jumper or socks or anything you need to make you feel warm. Okay, and an eye mask if you want. Lie with your legs at the sides of the mat. Okay, it's like you don't need to lie with them wide open, but just have them nice and floppy and relaxed. Hands out, nice, floppy and relaxed. This is total relaxation. Okay, so take a little minute and get yourselves all ready. That's it. And just start to settle down on your mat. Okay, because you're going to be here for a few minutes. And this is a really important part. It is a pose. Shavasana is an actual yoga pose, so it's really important to do. At the end of your practice, it's where your body really restores itself. You're not, if you fall asleep, that's absolutely fine, but you're not, having to sleep when you're down there. You're not having to do any work. All you need to do is just try and relax as much as possible. Easier said than done sometimes, I know. So just check in with that breathing again. Feel it coming in and out through your nose. And your breathing isn't doing anything special. We're not doing a count of 4 or anything like that. You're just letting it go in and out, in and out at its own pace. And just notice how it feels. Is it quite nice and easy to breathe? Maybe it's not as easy to breathe tonight for whatever reason. That's it. Notice the wee pause at the top and at the bottom of the breath as well. Don't need to accentuate it in, just notice that it's there. Okay, and we're just going to focus on your toes for a little minute. Focus on just mindfully relaxing the toes. Let them just switch off and go to sleep. Same with your feet and your heels and your ankles. Just relaxing them, telling them to relax. Up to your calves and your shins and your knees, feeling them sinking deeper into the mat, feeling them relaxing. Just as your thighs and your bottom and your pelvic region, it's all just sinking deeply into the mat. It doesn't need to do anything for the next few minutes. And your stomach, abdomen, chest, right the way up to your shoulders. It's just all switching off, and every breath you're taking, it's relaxing deeper and deeper into the mat. And your upper arms, lower arms, hands, wrists, fingers, all just taking a little bit of a rest. Right up to your neck and your head, your face, your lips, your tongue, your jaw, your cheeks, your eyelids, your eyes, eyebrows, your forehead, and right to the top of your head. Let it all just switch off and restore for the next few minutes. Focus on your breath. If you have any busy, unwanted thoughts, just notice them, that's okay, and focus back on your breathing again. And I will bring you out of your relaxation in a few minutes' time. bringing your awareness back into the room. And just slowly, slowly coming back to full consciousness. Inviting a little bit of movement back into your body as well. Feel your breath deepening as you start to wake up slightly. And just really slowly in your own time get the movement back into your body and really slowly make your way up to sitting whenever it suits you. Really important that you take this bit really, really slowly. So once you're back up to sitting, you put your hands in prayer position, your legs crossed. So I hope this practice heals and strengthens your body and your mind. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed that, and I hope you are feeling nice and relaxed and that you have a nice sleep tonight. Please let me know how you get on with it and how you feel. I always like feedback of any kind at all. So have a nice rest of the day, whatever you may be up to, and I'll see you again next time. See you later.